I sat quietly in the room, listening intently as my mother began to recount a story from her youth, a tale that had haunted her for decades. Her voice trembled with a mixture of fear and reflection as she spoke.
20 years ago, in the small city of Matamoros, Mexico, I found myself entangled in a web of darkness. It was a time of rebellion, a period in my life when I sought to break free from the constraints imposed by my parents. But nothing could prepare me for what happened next. Little did I know that my search for freedom would lead me down a path of unimaginable terror.
On the Mexican border, placed amidst rolling hills and vibrant landscapes, there stood a beautiful town known as Matamoros. This picturesque town was a haven of tranquility, blessed with glorious weather and a sense of timeless charm. The sun-kissed golden sands stretched out as far as the eye could see, inviting residents and visitors alike to indulge in the simple pleasures of life. Matamoros boasted a collection of old, adobe-style houses that stood proudly against the backdrop of clear blue skies. Their colorful facades, adorned with blooming bougainvillea and cascading vines, painted a tapestry that captivated the senses. The cobblestone streets wound their way through the town, leading to charming shops, lively markets, and quaint cafes. The people of Matamoros were warm and welcoming, their smiles as radiant as the sun itself. Laughter filled the air as children played in the streets, their joyful shouts echoing through the town. Families gathered in the central plaza, enjoying picnics under the shade of ancient trees. The sound of traditional music drifted through the air, luring people to dance and celebrate life's simple pleasures. Every day brought a sense of wonder and adventure in town. The people embraced the beauty of nature that surrounded them. They embarked on hikes through the hills, exploring hidden waterfalls and breathing in the crisp, fresh air. The scent of wildflowers enveloped the senses, a fragrant reminder of the natural wonders that awaited. As the sun set over the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, the town came alive with festivities. Colorful papel picado fluttered in the breeze, and the aroma of delicious Mexican cuisine wafted through the streets. The sound of music and laughter filled the night as the residents gathered for fiestas, dancing under the starlit sky. She paused, gathering her thoughts before continuing.
I encountered a group of self-proclaimed traveling artists, a collective that claimed their rituals were nothing more than artistic expressions. They dabbled in voodoo palo mayombe and indulged in drug paraphernalia. At first, their activity seemed harmless, just a part of their creative process. Despite my growing unease, I turned a blind eye, drawn to the allure of rebellion and freedom.
The group's rituals were shrouded in a cloud of smoke as various plants were burned, casting a trance-like spell upon those in attendance. It was during these rituals that small farm animals were sacrificed, their blood staining the earth. My mother sensed something more sinister beneath the surface, a darkness lurking within the seemingly innocent facade. Feeling a need to distance herself from the group, my mother embarked on a solo journey, traversing Mexico for a month. The experience brought her clarity, a new perspective on the dangers she had unwittingly become entangled with. Feeling a need to distance herself from the group, my mother embarked on a solo journey, traversing Mexico for a month. The experience brought her clarity, a new perspective on the dangers she had unwittingly become entangled with. It was during her travels that she stumbled upon a news article, accompanied by a haunting photograph. The group's leader, Adolfo Constanzo, had been arrested for heinous crimes, including multiple murders. The news sent a chill down her spine. She had narrowly escaped a fate that could have consumed her whole. The true horror sank in as she realized the depth of the darkness she had flirted with. Adolfo and a few girls within the group had spoken of her return to the ranch, where she would become a full-fledged member, one of them. The thought of it filled her with terror, a scary reminder of how close she had come to being swallowed by evil. From that day forward, my mother's perspective on life was forever altered. She carried the weight of the encounter with the serial killer and his twisted cult, forever haunted by the knowledge that she had escaped a fate reserved for the unfortunate souls who fell victim to their macabre practices. As she finished recounting her story, a heavy silence settled in the room. The gravity of her experience lingered, serving as an important tale of the dangers that lie beneath the surface of seemingly innocent pursuits. The shadows of that dark chapter in her life would forever cast a long, chilling shadow over her soul. As my mother finished her story, a silence hung in the air. Her words echoed in my mind, leaving me with a sense of dread. I had no reason to doubt her, knowing her as an honest person. Just as she concluded, she reached for a necklace that had been in our house for as long as I could remember. It was a familiar sight, but what she said next scared me to death. As she held the necklace, a shiver ran down my spine. In those few moments of silence, she gazed at the bones adorning it and said something that made my heart pound faster than ever before.
Well, at least I hope those bones on the necklace are from the farm animals.